Coming up on the Talon News.
Argyle Theatre prepares to perform Thoroughly Modern Millie.
Members of the Art Honor Society share the club's importance.
The annual Argyle Christmas tree lighting is held.
Argyle Wrestling begins their season, and this is the view from the nest. Hey Eagles, welcome to the Talon's broadcast. I'm Campbell Wilmot.
And I'm Hannah Wood.
The AHS Theater Department's new musical, Thoroughly Modern Millie, is right around the corner.
Rylie Halk and Delaney Lechowit give us the inside scoop.
The theater department is getting ready for the upcoming musical. We sat down with some of the cast members to see how they're preparing for the show.
Miss Reynolds talks about the upcoming musical.
Thoroughly Modern Millie is going to be a great show. The kids are working so hard. I hope you guys can come out and see it.
COLBY, RAASCH, and AVERY Winter say what they do in the play.
My role in the upcoming musical Millie is Jimmy Smith.
My role is Millie in Thoroughly Modern Millie.
AVERY Winter speaks about her tricks to remember her lines.
What I do to help remember my lines is I get a piece of paper and I write down like the first 3 words like 4 times, and then I continue to write the rest of it 4 times, and then I write it all together.
AVERY Winter talks about how she deals with nerves before a show.
Everyone would say they're nervous before a show because you always have your pre-show jitters. But the way I get over it is having all of us together, and we do this chant, so it helps. And we also pray before as well.
I'm always nervous before a show and audition. Like, it's just a thing that comes with the theater. I mean, I don't really deal with it. I just use it to perform. It kind of helps the whole thing.
COLBY, RAASCH talks about how he enjoys theater.
The best part of being in the musical is that you get to sing all the time and hang out with an amazing cast.
Miss Reynolds talks about her favorite part of working with kids.
The Argyle kids are hardworking, they are eager, and they want to do challenging things. So this musical is particularly challenging because of all of the tech elements it has, and all the dancing and the singing, and it has a ton of comedic acting, which is very challenging. And they inspired me to do such a challenging show because I knew they could handle it.
This has been Delaney Lechowit and Rylie Halk for the Talon News.
Be sure to check out the show beginning in January.
AHS offers many ways for students to get involved in extracurricular activities, the Art Honor Society being one.
Lauren Metcalf and Milo Rouser get a closer look.
We got the inside scoop about this year's Art Honor Society and spoke with their president along with their advisor about some of the accomplishments they have made so far.
Mrs. KOSLA, the Art Honor Society's advisor, touches on how she became so passionate for art.
I've always liked art. My mother did art when I was young, and I knew I was going to be a teacher, but I didn't know I was going to teach art until high school, when my teacher told me that since I was so good at all different kinds of art, that I should probably teach art.
The Art Honor Society's president, PAIGE PAKEBUSH, speaks about what the Art Honor Society is and the purpose behind it.
The Art Honor Society is not only an honor society, but a club held here in Argyle High School that is a way to bring art into the community and the school, so we can show people like you can get into art too, and there's so much you can do with art.
PAIGE PAKEBUSH speaks about how the Art Honor Society is beneficial to younger students by teaching them to pursue art.
The Art Honor Society is beneficial to students because it shows them that they can get into art also, because students usually think art is someone who could draw or paint very well, but what they don't realize is that art is all around them, and there's so many ways to get into art, and so we show them like all the different ways you can and like all these little activities you can do, and so it inspires them to get into art and maybe one day become artists too.
KOSLA talks about the closeness of the Art Honor Society and how the group is very tight-knit.
It's made us like a family. I mean, we get along, we are planning field trips together, we are in here at lunch almost every day together, after school, before school. It's just like a family bond.
KOSLA speaks on the recent accomplishments the Art Honor Society has acquired.
We've got a lot of accomplishments. I have a lot of students that have made it through regional and state events for Visual Arts Scholastic event. I've had lots of students receive art scholarships from various universities. We were approached by a company in the Roanoke area one year to paint a mural in their communications department.
This has been Lauren Metcalf and Milo Rouser reporting for the Talon News.
If you are interested in joining the Art Honor Society, be sure to stop by Miss KOSLA's room.
As the holiday season approaches, there are many festivities taking place around Argyle.
Join Katy Ray and Alex Daggett as they get the inside scoop on the Argyle Christmas tree lighting.
The Argyle community gathers together every year to kick off the Christmas season with the town tree lighting, courtesy of the organization Keep Argyle Beautiful. Katy Ray and Alex Daggett dive in to take a look behind the scenes.
Well, Keep Argyle Beautiful is the one that's spearheading the whole program, so they actually have gotten in touch with me, and I know they've gotten in touch with the teacher that does Rotary at Liberty, and I know they've contacted other teachers at other schools to participate and to be able to we're the ones that get the volunteers going, and so they kind of contact us and spearhead the whole thing up. So they kind of the ones that figure it all out. They're the big picture, and then they start delegating where they need help.
Keep Argyle Beautiful actually is the organizer of the event. We purchased the tree several years ago. We organized the whole festival from the very beginning in the spring all the way until showtime. So we have some volunteers that put it together, and we're always welcoming people from the community to help if they'd like to help us every year.
Oh, it's so much fun. I mean, you've got games and hay rides and just all kinds of, people selling things to eat and popcorn and just, people singing carols and the little kids are doing crafts, and there's a blow up thing where kids can jump and have a great time with their friends. So it's just a lot of fun, and everybody needs to come.
The Argyle Christmas tree lighting means to me just a fun evening of bringing in the holidays and getting families and children and grandparents together to have a fun evening of just holiday spirit.
Oh, I just like when they light the Christmas tree and everybody's singing Christmas carols, and just like I said, just looking around at our community and realizing how blessed we are to live in Argyle and what an amazing, different community Argyle is. And I know some people don't realize how special we have it until they're gone or they look back. And I always talk to former students and they say, we just didn't realize how awesome Argyle was until we weren't there anymore. So.
This has been Katy Ray and Alex Daggett reporting for the Talon News.
Special thanks to Keep Argyle Beautiful for putting together the Christmas tree lighting each year.
The Argyle wrestling team has kicked off their 2019 season.
Our reporters Sloan Dial and Jacob Lormand spoke with a few of the players and coaches.
As the Eagles wrestling season kicks off, the athletes continue to compete in tournaments in hopes to go to state. We spoke to some coaches and wrestlers to see how they plan to make that happen.
These wrestlers train before tournaments to help them prepare and get ready to compete.
I'd say the biggest thing that helps me prepare for a match is wrestling live during practice every morning and lifting weights and running.
Before tournaments, I eat good food and listen to music, get myself pumped up for my match.
In wrestling, we start practices at 6:30 a.m. and we start early. So the guys are all there doing wrestling practice, learning moves, going through technique, and we lift, we run, we condition, we work from the beginning of the year all the way through the end.
Most athletes get their motivation from a role model or someone that has influenced them.
Say my biggest motivation is probably my father, because he wrestled all throughout high school and throughout the Navy.
I think my dad motivates me the most to become a better wrestler.
I try and help the athletes stay motivated by focusing on the end goal, by focusing on the district, region, and state tournaments, and realizing that all of this moving forward is practice, and that everything they do, win or loss, is something they can learn from and get better.
The wrestlers and coaches help each other prepare for practices and matches.
I help my team by being a leader and helping the new kids.
I help my team prepare by teaching them good habits and showing them the right moves and how to warm up and how to prepare for all their matches.
One of the challenges I face is keeping them motivated, is getting them to be here early in the morning, is getting them to always want to give it their best and realize that even if they're not the top wrestler, that they're important and they're needed in every practice that we do.
This has been Sloan Dial, Jacob Lormand, and Laini Ledet reporting for the Talon News.
The first home wrestling meet will be held on January 23rd.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us at the Talon News on Instagram and Twitter. And for more stories following your life, visit www.thetalonnews.com.
Be sure to tune in next time as we discover Argyle one story at a time.